Hello everyone, Dark Kirby 4T here. Welcome to more Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Today we're going to go to the Castor Wilds, and today I will have a buddy joining me alongside this one.
Hello everyone, my name is Green Draco 313.
Okay, so what's the
I'll start with the first one. Game on Thursday. There's actually 3 Thursday night games, 2 Thursday night games, Saturday editions, but let's start this. Broncos and Colts. The reason they're doing this game is because I think they're going to honor Peyton Manning in this game. They're probably going to retire his number and present him in the Colts Ring of Honor.
I think I'm probably gonna...
I'm actually going to go with the Broncos because, well, the way they handled the Jets, they needed that. I'm sure, like, Nate, he said he didn't want a top 5 pick. He wanted at least a win. So I think the Broncos need this game more than the Colts do. And I think, like, if this game, that means Chuck McDonald may have earned another game for us. They don't fire him. I'm sure they'll fire Chuck McDonald at the end of the season, but if the Colts win this game, they might keep Chuck McDonald for the rest of the season. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos to win this game.
As I'm gonna go with Denver too. Who's next?
Wait, let me say more about this. Like, the players have kind of quit on him. Like, Gary Kubiak made Paxton Lynch, Trevor Siemian, and Brock Osweiler look good in 2015. Now they're just garbage. Because I don't think Vance Joseph is the right guy. But I don't think you need to fire him after just his first season. If the players, if he doesn't get along with John Elway, then I don't know then.
Yeah, that's true. What's next?
Okay. I was counting this before you came, we were doing this, like, the Bears versus the Lions in Detroit. The Lions have won 9 out of the last 13 games against Chicago, so I'm picking the Lions in this game.
I'm gonna pick the Lions tentatively as well, but they did not look that good last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Bears did look good on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals, but the Bears are right now 3-0 against the AFC North and 1-9 against everyone else. Ouch.
Okay, so John Fox, Jim Caldwell. Well, Jim Caldwell did lead to the Lions in the playoffs twice. Both of those, the last 4 times the Lions were in the playoffs, they were the 6th seed each time.
Yeah, I gotta think that he's on thin ice as well.
Okay, I'm not sure. If the Lions can sneak into the playoffs, I think Jim Caldwell should earn another year. But John Fox, he has to get fired. They already have a losing season, and they're already eliminated from the playoffs. Okay, this next game is going to be very crucial for both teams. This game is going to determine who wins the AFC West. The Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll be at the WSU Wichita State Oklahoma game during that game, but the Chiefs have won 7 straight over the Chargers. Their last loss against them was Week 17, 2013, a meaningless game for the Chiefs, which they almost won if they would have got that last-second 2-point conversion, but the Chargers needed that win because they went to the playoffs. They got the 6th seed that year. And I remember that for the 6th AFC seed that year, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Steelers, if you go look it up, no one could have got in with just a win. It's just too complicated even for me, but who are you picking in this game? I'm picking the Chiefs because I think, well, personally, I'm a Chiefs fan, and I would rather have the Chiefs miss the playoffs instead of have a higher second-round draft pick than having another one-and-done playoff game.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers just because of how they're playing. I think they're playing a little bit better right now. And Kansas really beat a pathetic Oakland Raiders team.
But we lost to them on that Thursday night game. I don't really blame it on the refs that time. When there was 5 final plays in the game, there was a BS offensive. There should have been offensive pass interference, and there was a illegal illegal motion or something, illegal formation or illegal motion that really shouldn't have been done. Well, that was a bad call, but okay, I'm still picking with my Chiefs. If they don't win this game, they're gonna be just like the 2015 Falcons, who started out 5-0, finished 8-8. And 2016 Vikings, who started out 5-0, finished 8-8. But hey, look, on the bright side, the Falcons in 2016, they went to the Super Bowl. And the Vikings right now, they're gonna make the playoffs. Maybe that's a good omen for us next year.
Yeah, maybe. What's next?
Hey, let me say one last thing about the Chiefs. They did a lot better without Marcus Peters. Because Marcus Peters is a punk, like a punk. Like, I don't want to, like, be racist, but he's just a punk. He's an idiot. In 2015, like, he was the defensive rookie of the year over Ronald Darby, but nowadays I prefer Ronald Darby over Marcus Peters, because when he tries to strip the ball away, that Monday night against the Broncos, he was being a show-off where he got a pick six and he dunked the ball over the goalpost. That's still not allowed due to the basketball tight ends, Jimmy Graham and Tony Gonzalez. And when he got his interception the second time, he was being a little show-off by just holding the ball with one hand. But here's what I would do. Like, if I was the Chiefs general manager, I'd do a three-way trade. I trade Marcus Peters to Oakland. Yes, I'm actually saying this so he can be with his cousin, Marshawn Lynch. The Raiders will give Philadelphia a second or third draft, wait, the Eagles don't have, the Raiders a second round, sorry about this. The Raiders give the Eagles a second or third round draft pick, or maybe both, and the Eagles will give the Kansas City Ronald Darby. What would you think about that trade?
No! No.
Ronald Darby that much. I love the way Ronald Darby uses his hands, and Marcus Peters, he just gives up so many yards, but I wouldn't mind him being in Oakland, because since he wouldn't be kneeling for the national, don't say politics, but he'd just say he'd be with his cousin Marshawn Lynch.
True. Alright, what's next?
Okay, the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints, the Saints, I'm picking, they need to rebound after that loss against Atlanta. Speaking of that Thursday night game, all Sean Payton had to do was keep on running Mark Ingram, force Atlanta to use their last timeout, and then have Drew Brees or Mark Ingram get a last-second touchdown. They would have won. They couldn't force Atlanta to punt. Sean Payton got that penalty that got Atlanta the first down. So that loss was all on Sean Payton, but this isn't, well, I don't think the Jets are going to make the playoffs, but I think Todd Bowles, they works with that talent where they got rid of all their veterans. They had 1-15 or 0-16 what the Browns are right now, but I think Todd Bowles has earned a fourth year with the team.
I do too. I'm going to pick the Saints in that game, very obviously.
Next game is with, I was saying about this. The Eagles versus the Giants. It's Nick Foles against Eli Manning. I'm still gonna go with the Eagles, but I'm gonna say something about these two teams. Like, the last two times the Giants beat Philadelphia Giants beat Philadelphia last year, but that game could have gone. You could have won that game. The time before that, in 2013, I think someone said Matt Barkley was in that game. Was at quarterback in that game.
I'm gonna pick Philadelphia too. I think Foles will do. I think Foles can do a good job. And the Giants, I saw them play a bit against Dallas. They look like a broken team. They look completely broken.
Division game, and don't expect it to be. Don't always automatically say it's gonna be a blowout. Okay. The next game is Arizona and at Washington. I'm picking Washington because they're at home, and the Cardinals, they did a good job with Blaine Gabbert beating Tennessee and Jacksonville, but I think both of those games were in Arizona. But I think Arizona, they're going to have to win. They're going on the East Coast now. I think Jay Gruden, they need this win because I don't know if Washington's going to re-sign Kirk Cousins. I heard Kirk Cousins may want to be richer than Matthew Stafford and Andrew Luck are.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him. I mean, the Washington Redskins are a bad team. I mean, they're basically only relevant because of Cousins.
They made the playoffs in 2015 just basically because the whole NFC East was bad that year. And basically, if this was on a Monday night game, the Washington Redskins have lost 12 out of the last 13 games at home on Monday Night Football. I remember in 2010, your Eagles put 59 points on the board against Washington. Do you remember that game?
I think I remember part of that game, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we're both picking Washington. John?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, we're both picking Washington. This next game is Cincinnati versus Minnesota. I'm picking the Vikings. Marvin Lewis, he needs to be shoved. He's had 15 seasons, right? 15 seasons. He's had enough. Enough is enough, and something tells me I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Brown gives him a contract extension, or it's either so. I wouldn't be surprised. I understand even the Bungles of the 90s weren't as bad as the Browns are now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Vikings in that one too.
The Vikings, they need to rebound after that loss to. Okay, so picking the Vikings. Okay, this next one should be an interesting one. Miami versus Buffalo. When Miami beat New England yesterday, that proved the division is never an automatic 6 wins for anyone. But there's only been 2 times in 2 years in the Brady Belichick era that New England has had an undefeated division record. 2007 when they went 18-1, and 2012. Last night marked New England's 4th loss in 5 years in Miami. There's 4 cities where Tom Brady has a losing record in: Denver, Kansas City, Charlotte, and Miami.
Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna
win this game because they need this win. Because if they want to end their playoff drought, they can't get upset. They can't lose to this game.
No, they can't.
Play Miami again later, but I think I like the Bills at home. Speaking of the Bills, that Colts-Bills game with Sean McCoy, he does well in snow games.
Yeah, I think he's had 2 200-yard performances in the snow, I believe.
Yeah, that snow game against Snowball against Detroit in 2013, man. Had LaShawn McCoy, they could probably still win with, if they had LeGarrette Blount, LaShawn McCoy, and Jay Ajayi, they could be a contender even with Nick Foles. They could probably reach the Super Bowl.
They could probably still reach the Super Bowl now. They have a good defense. They have a good running game. And Foles has won games in the NFL before.
Oh yeah, speaking of one last player, Sidney Jones. I think you said we both agree that he would have been there in the 4th round, but he's gonna come back this year. There's no reason to rush him right away because he hasn't gone through enough training camp. I don't know exactly what he did or how he snapped himself, but you may need to give me a video of that later. But there's no reason to rush him. Just have him sit out have his rookie season be next season. Just like Blake Griffin.
Alright, yeah.
Green Bay versus Carolina in Charlotte. Even though Aaron Rodgers might be back in this game, it's not confirmed yet, but I still think the Panthers can win this game because they beat Minnesota and they got swept by New Orleans, so they need this win. Rodgers would be back to 100% yet, even if he plays this game. Cam Newton's more of I think Cam Newton's the best mobile quarterback of all time.
I disagree there. I'm gonna say McNabb. I disagree. McNabb,
Newton, Steve Young, Brent Harrington, Michael Vick. Most rushing yards for a quarterback, and the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback.
Yeah, Rodgers is kind of mobile, but they don't need him to be. That's the good news for him.
He He's more of Rodgers is an all-around quarterback. Still picking the Panthers in this game because, like, don't risk Aaron Rodgers getting hurt more. I wouldn't risk Aaron Rodgers getting hurt more unless they know he's back to 100%. But to win out, oh wait, so are you picking the Panthers to win that game?
Yeah, I'm picking Carolina.
This gives me no joke. Baltimore versus at Cleveland. Who isn't picking the Ravens? Because the Browns, even though who didn't see Green Bay coming back to beat Cleveland? You never trust Hugh Jackson or Jimmy Haslam. So this could be another kick six type game for the. Will beat Cleveland because Cleveland they gotta be the second team to go, first AFC team to go 0-16. They gotta have that parade there in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Ravens as well. Who's next? We gotta speed this along. I'm getting close to this.
Speed up. Jacksonville and Houston at Jacksonville. I'm picking Jacksonville.
I'm picking Jacksonville as well. Very obviously, Jacksonville.
Congratulations, Jacksonville, on their first winning season since 2007. I was a freshman in high school then. Okay. This next game, Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Like, the Rams have had the edge over the Seahawks since 2014. Well, it might be even now, but I think this is a must-win for the Rams. Like, Seattle beat your Eagles, and your Eagles beat the Rams. I think I'm gonna pick the Rams to beat this game because I think with Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman out, all early, and okay. So who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick the Rams as well.
Okay, this next game at home field advantage in the AFC playoffs. Patriots or Steelers. I think the Steelers have more weapons on offense, but Tom Brady's the better quarterback, and the Patriots have the better defense and the better coach.
Better defense? Their run defense is absolutely awful. I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh.
Okay, I don't think, well, I don't want to go on and on about this, but, as the Patriots have lost 2 in a row, but I'm just gonna go with the Patriots, just, because Ben Roethlisberger's only beaten the Patriots 2 times, no matter where it was.
Go ahead and sign off, and we'll continue this in a FIFA video.
Okay. Everyone, my name is Green Jericho 313.
Alright, so we're closing in on the next the one temple that's gonna be right up here. So with that, this has been Dark Kirby 14. We'll see you next time on more Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap.